Does it really make sense to keep doing social media when Facebook only shows your posts to about 1 or maybe 2% of your followers?
Sad.
Today, we're going to be talking about 3 reasons you should quit social media and focus your resources on other things. It was only 13 years ago that I was sitting in a meeting. Someone introduced me to this meeting with all the different managers as the guy that was going to get the company, manufacturer of woodworking equipment, onto Facebook. And I heard from one side of the room, we really need to be paying someone to do that. In the good old days, we spent a lot of time as marketers building up social media followings so that we could communicate whatever we wanted to people who expressed interest in actually following our companies, right? Or maybe our personal brands. And over the years, as more and more people jumped on to this ability to get free marketing and exposure to your audience, Facebook had to start making some cuts. They couldn't just have businesses just filling up people's news feeds with a bunch of promotional content. So the algorithms are doing their job. They are making sure that people see things on Facebook that they really want to see and keep them coming back. Facebook shows your content organically without doing paid ads to about 1 or maybe 2% of your followers. And the difference that 13 years can make, because now when we're chatting with companies and helping them with their marketing, it seems like Facebook and other social media platforms are considered by business owners to just be marketing, right? Like that is how you market in today's world. So the shift has happened fairly quickly in people's mentalities. Yes, engaging with your audience through online channels is really important today, and there's many ways to do that. But just going direct to Facebook or Instagram or another social media platform can really be a time and money pit if you don't really already have a large and very engaged following. So this is where comparing with some larger competitor can be maybe a mistake. If you just have a few thousand followers and they have several 100,000 or several million followers, there's a big difference in the value you're going to get out of Facebook versus a larger company with a larger following. If you have 1,000 followers, only 15 to 25 of those followers are going to see the posts that you make. Is that really worth the time that you, your team, your intern is going to put into creating a nice looking post, agonizing over how it's written and if they got exactly the right terminology correct? That's a bad idea. Social media can often become a crutch. We can just dump whatever we need to dump whenever we want to dump it on social media, and we feel like we did marketing that day. I see that over and over again with especially small businesses, and they're like, okay, we have these followers, so we will post on Facebook, we'll send out our newsletter, and boom, we did what we needed to do. It can be a way to avoid more effective marketing work that is harder to do because it's so easy to just put out a post and go, okay, I got that out, my following. So if this is starting to hit a nerve, I'm going to give you a few things that you can do and look at to see if you can put some marketing resources in these areas instead of social media. I want you to take a step back and stop thinking about the platform Facebook or stop thinking about the platform Instagram. First, I want you to think about developing content that is focused on solving your audience's problems. That way we can focus on, okay, let's make sure that we're creating content in whatever format, we're not thinking about the format yet, that is actually helping our customers solve their problems. Then, as we build that list of, okay, these are problems that our customers have, here's expertise that we have in how we can help them solve this in whatever ways, big ways, little ways, then we can start thinking about the formats. Oh, this would be best as a video. This is a how-to video that we can make for them. Or this is best as maybe a written out step-by-step guide or some thought leadership on some certain market conditions, whatever it might be. And then we start picking the formats. And then finally, we start then picking the channels. We've now put in a little bit of a process where we think about helping them solve something. We then create the content in the format that makes most sense. And then we distribute that content through various channels, one of which may be social media. That's the first thing I want you to look at. How can you leverage other audiences? Let's say there's a related company in your industry and they have 20,000 followers and you have 1,000 followers. How can you do some collaboration with them on their Facebook page instead of just trying to keep blasting your audience, which if only 1% of them are seeing it and you keep blasting out the same stuff to them, you have diminishing returns quite quickly. But if you can leverage someone else's social audience, whether a podcast, a YouTube channel, an influencer, someone's Facebook group. So think through some potential ways that you could do that because you're going to get a lot more mileage out of your efforts put into social media instead of just continuously blasting your small audience. A group is somewhere where there's a lot more, let's say, democracy amongst the members, and it's not just a page blasting out content to an audience. Everybody's involved, it's more communal, and there's a lot more engagement there. So Facebook is happy to promote groups. So create a group around one or two interests related to your industry, your company, your products. Create a group around that. Facebook will promote your group for free as they see, oh, this person is in similar groups. Maybe they want to be in your group. A great example of that is we have a client of ours. Over 10 years, they built up about 5,000 followers on their Facebook page, but we just were seeing so few results. We decided, well, why don't we create a Facebook group somewhat specific to their particular niche? In 6 months, they had 17,000, and we didn't spend a dime on advertising. We did some basic posts in there. We invited the existing customers and prospects to join the group, and then Facebook did the rest. So now they have a engaged group of 17,000+ people, as opposed to blasting out to that same 5,000 people, which is basically a dead end anymore with Facebook and small pages. The other thing about rethinking social media use is your own personal branding. People connect a lot better with other people than with corporates, right? A great example of this is a friend of ours who became a client. He had managed companies his whole life and then realized that he wanted to be a business coach. He needed to rebrand himself and start this new venture. He wasn't interested in really putting him out there. We chatted with him and says, hey, look, you want people to trust you in this new venture. So you're going to have a photo shoot. You're going to have to get out there. You're going to have to do some public speaking. Otherwise, how are people going to trust you that you can help them with their company issues? Fortunately, he listened to our advice and he went out and built a personal brand. Not something that was necessarily in his comfort zone at first. Putting yourself out there doesn't need to be as scary as it might sound. Start building your network, provide value on conversations that are happening in your industry, and from time to time, share your own thoughts and perspectives on what's going on. That's really the baseline of what you need to do to start doing some personal branding online. And again, people will connect with you as an individual and then learn to trust you and your brand and your services through that. So especially for small business, social media isn't an end-all goal as part of your marketing. It should form a part of a larger marketing strategy. Focus on solving problems, leveraging other people's audiences to help get more exposure for your brand, and using social media where it makes sense. So my name's Jake, and me and my team here at Greenlight Studio, we try to help businesses to leverage marketing in ways that make sense for their business. If you need help putting together a marketing strategy and seeing how social media should fit in there, visit our website. We have a free DIY marketing strategy that will guide you through every step that we take our clients through to help you build a marketing strategy that gives you confidence and makes sense.